Syanis.
So, what are we going to be making today?
So we are going to make my grandma's hot chocolate. Well, I think it's every abuela's, like Puerto Rican abuela's hot chocolate. Or maybe it might be my family, but this is how we make it in my house.
Okay, I'm very excited. Fun fact about me, I drink hot chocolate maybe 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh.
So I need a recipe.
Oh, cool. So this is perfect. Okay, so the most important ingredient, first of all, is the chocolate. And this is not Swiss Miss. This is not any Hershey's. This is chocolate cortés. And it is the chocolate that I think most of the abuelas use in Puerto Rico. And I really like it because it's like a little bit sweet. It's like semi-sweet, I think it's what it's called. But either way, it comes in bars and I love it so much.
I'm like, okay, so I can like make it like this or I can just like eat it, right? Like
I've never eaten it before.
Okay.
But if you want to eat it, I mean, no one's stopping you. It's literally just chocolate. It's semi-sweet, so it's just going to taste like semi-sweet chocolate.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. And then we're going to need evaporated milk. And a lot of people, have you heard that some people make hot chocolate with water? Do you?
have. I don't. No, that's criminal.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I do not.
Okay, cool. So we're going to use 2 milks here to double down on the milk. We're going to use whole milk and evaporated milk. And if you don't have evaporated milk, that's fine. But the evaporated milk gives it kind of like a sweet, and it's just a taste that feels like just whole in your mouth. I don't know what it is, but it's a bit sweeter, I guess.
I will also ask, like, for the whole milk, like, can you swap that out for, like, the lactose girlies?
Yes,
like, okay.
So fun fact, I am a lactose intolerant and allergic girly. So I will regularly use oat milk. Oat milk will definitely give it a very nice, because oat milk goes really well with evaporated milk. I hate to break it to you, if you're going to make this chocolate, you need to use evaporated milk one way or another. You're going to have to either take some Benadryl or take some the lactate stuff because you're going to need evaporated milk. But you can put like oat milk or almond milk. I would suggest oat milk, though.
Okay, awesome. So show me.
Okay, so first, the first thing we're going to do is open the chocolate. And as you can see, they are in these little bars, and there's 2 of us, so we need 2 bars.
Okay.
This roughly makes for 7 people, because there's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. It actually makes for 6 people, and because there's 2 of us, we're gonna put it over here in this, and it's gonna take a bit of time to heat up. So I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to put it in low, and the next I'm going to use the evaporated milk to kind of mix the chocolate with the evaporated milk.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a can opener. And you have to shake it first because evaporated milk can sometimes stay on the bottom, and that's like the good stuff. So you have to shake it very well. It also says it in the can, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't see it. I'm going to put all of it in because there's 2 of us. If this is for 1 person, usually it would be with only half of the can. Do you know how to open this? Like, hold on. Never mind. I don't know how to open it. Or we can just
don't. Is it empty?
It's empty, so usually what my abuela does is she reuses this to have equal portions of the evaporated milk and the whole milk.
Okay.
But we can just use, because it's literally indented, I can't do it right now. But we'll add a cup of milk for each person, so it would be 2 cups of milk.
Okay.
But not right now, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this simmer and let it melt. So we have to wait until the hot chocolate. But yeah, so basically we have to wait until this melts.
Okay, perfect.
And they do sell powdered versions of chocolate cortés, but I don't really like it. It just, for me, it doesn't taste the same. I know that some people might prefer it because it's easier to mix. Like right now, I have to literally destroy the chocolate. But
So I'm like, do you only do it this way, or do you use like powdered brands like occasionally?
I really like doing it this way.
Okay.
I think also because my abuela would use the bars, it's kind of like, well, if she's using the bars and not the powdered one, then like,
I respect it.
right?
Okay, so now we've melted down the chocolate. We have evaporated milk and chocolate going on in here. What's next?
Okay, so now that we see that it's melted, what we're going to do is we're going to add the whole milk, or
Okay.
oat milk if you have oat milk. So over here, this is a cup of milk.
And then we're gonna add another cup, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
And with this hot chocolate, you should never leave it unattended. You shouldn't leave hot chocolate unattended because, as we all know, milk, once it gets hot, it rises and there's no stopping it, and then it can literally boil over.
Like speaking from experience?
Yeah. Well, well, one time my roommate let it. She was like, "Oh, I'll be back," and then when she came back, it was all
Yeah.
over. But no, that's definitely happened to me too, like for sure. But the thing about this hot chocolate also is that you're just gonna have to keep stirring it. That's just where the magic happens. My grandma once told me, I was like, okay, so then how do you, because I used to think this was so difficult. It really isn't. But I used to think it was so difficult because whenever my grandma would make it for a bunch of people in my house, she would stay there for like 20 minutes. I wouldn't see her. Like everyone else would be talking. She would be in the kitchen. So I would check on her and be like, hey, so like what do you do that's so special? And she was like, well, I stir it 100 times. I'm like, oh. She's like, counterclockwise, and then I do it clockwise.
Okay, but so you would argue that this is worth it. Because here's my
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, I could also just heat up milk, get a powder, and then...
Okay, but you know what? My dad used to do that when I was younger. My dad, because he knows I love this hot chocolate, and he would do that same thing. So he would get the powdered version of this hot chocolate, and he would mix it with milk, and then he would put it in the microwave. It is not the same.
Okay, microwave milk is not it either, though. This is,
I know.
I'm talking
Yeah.
very detailed on the stove milk with a powder. Do you think it still beats? Like, do you think this still beats that?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
I just need to be sold. I don't know.
Okay, wait. Have you done it with the powder?
I have not. That's why I'm
Okay,
asking
okay.
you.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you want to, I feel like the powder. If you just want a chill night and it's been a hard day at work or at school, and you want to just make the hot chocolate with no hassle, I think the powder one is the way to go. But if you have time to spare and you're like, you know what, I just want to, because with hot chocolate, sometimes as I'm swirling it, it's kind of like reflective. I know it's like sounds silly, but it's like, oh, I'm like thinking of all my ancestors. Like, oh,
I'm also like, arguably, after a long day, like maybe you do need to like mindlessly stir some hot chocolate, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly that.
You're telling me. I'm just proving your point here.
Yeah. But as you can see, there's like little bits and pieces of chocolate still in the milk. You're gonna notice that as it starts boiling, so like I'm gonna put it a little bit higher. As the hot chocolate starts boiling, those bits and pieces of chocolate will start to melt in the milk. It might take a while, and sometimes even after you do it, there are still tiny pieces, but they're kind of good.
I agree. So I also see that you have some salt here. What is this for?
Yes, so the salt, so remember, we have evaporated milk and the chocolate, which is sweet. So both of those things are pretty sweet. And what my grandma does is she adds a little bit of salt so that it's, well, I feel like I've seen different bakers put salt in sweet stuff because it'll kind of do a thing. I'm not a baker, so I'm just gonna say it does a thing.
Okay.
But it definitely gives it depth, I believe. And however, I do have something like kind of like a trick to. So sometimes I don't add salt because I love dipping Ritz crackers.
Oh.
And you know how Ritz? Have you ever had one of those? Like they're very salty. So when I would dip my when I would dip them, it would kind of like leave it a little bit salty. So then at one point it would be too salty when my grandma would do it because I would add the Ritz. So when I do it now, I don't add any salt because I love dipping Ritz crackers on it. Because it's like that savory, sweet type of thing.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but that looks pretty good to drink to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So do we put the salt in before, after? What's the vibes?
We are going to put a little bit of salt.
Okay.
It's just a little pinch.
Perfect.
There you go. And I do it like just before serving it because I just don't want to burn it. But yeah, and I think that should be good.
Awesome.
And I'm going to carefully, this is a better idea. Sometimes chocolate gets everywhere. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna put it a little bit lower. I'm gonna pour the chocolate here.
A little swap.
Yes. But yeah, it's always good to do it over the stove because you don't want a chocolatey mess.
Fair.
Yeah. See, look.
It drips down the side, yes.
Yeah, it can drip down the side. And the good thing about this chocolate is that you can put it in, let it cool, and then afterwards you can put it in the refrigerator, and then use it another day. Like you can, normally I'll do 2 servings just for myself, and then the next day, or during that week I'll be like, I want hot chocolate, and it's already done, so I just have to heat it up.
Perfect.
That's
it.
it.
Turn this off?
Yeah.
Okay, I am so excited.
Me too.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna cheers, really.
Cheers. Be careful, it's hot. This is really good.
So good.
I didn't take any Benadryl or Lactaid. So I need to pace myself, but.
I'm like, okay, well then that's it. Thank you so much. She's going home now.
I mean, I'll probably make some at home with oat milk. That will definitely work.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so we have changed our gloves, most importantly, and reset. So tell me more about this. What are we making?
So we are going to make pan sobao, and this is, in English, it's Puerto Rican sweetbread. And it is the best bread, in my opinion. Best bread. There's other breads out there, but this one is the best. And it is basically a little bit sweet. It tastes a bit buttery, but you put more butter in it anyway. So first we have active dry yeast, and we're going to need 2 teaspoons, 2 1/4 teaspoons. Okay, and we are going to need 1 tablespoon of sugar, and we're gonna need 2 ounces of warm water, so just like lukewarm water. So that's what I'm gonna do first here. We have 2 ounces of water, and what we're going to do is we're gonna put in the active dry yeast and the sugar.
Okay.
And we are going to mix it a little bit. I'm just gonna use this thermometer right now because it just needs a little bit of mixing. And after we mix a little bit, we're going to let it rest here. We'll let it rise. It's going to rise in a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna let that sit there. The second part will be, we are going to have boiling water. And because it's such a small amount of boiling water, what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna go to the sink and grab water, and we're going to heat it up. So, and it is 2 ounces. Cool. So, we're going to put these 2 ounces of regular water, and we're going to put Crisco. This is vegetable shortening, and I'm going to use I'm going to put the vegetable shortening in here. Okay. Oh. So I'm going to put this in the microwave until it starts to boil.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a minute. I'm going to make sure it doesn't, not explode, but like overflow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that it has boiled, and ooh, it's already dissolved. That's perfect. And because it's a bit hot right now, and when we mix these 2 together, we want them to be roughly the same temperature, because if it's too hot, it ruins the active yeast.
Okay.
So we're going to add 2 ounces of milk. So we're going to put it up to here. And hopefully the milk will cool it down a little bit. But just to be safe, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the fridge until we need to use it.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to put it over here. So the third part. This is why we just don't usually make the bread, but we buy it. But here, the diaspora has a hard time finding this bread, and this bread is so good. So I just figured that it would be nice if I made it, and so people have the recipe. So we have flour, sugar, and salt, and this would be 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of flour, 2 ounces of sugar, and then 1/4 teaspoon. So it's just a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the
Sifter.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna use the sifter and we're gonna sift it in. So
Okay.
let me. Would you?
Like this off, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna sift these in. So first the flour. Can you help me?
Definitely a teamwork sort of.
Well, now you're doing it. Okay. There you go.
I'm like, this is oddly very relaxing.
It really is. And it also looks like snow.
It does kind of look like snow, actually.
I love snow.
All right. Okay. Do you want to just like direct that a little bit into the, just like using your hand, the flour? Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
And we're also, because the sugar is a bit clumpy, we're going to sift in the sugar as well. You're so good at this.
LOL. Thank you. I needed that today.
Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of... I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like little balls of sugar that just won't go in. It's fine. They don't want to be in the bread. It's fine. So, and salt.
Perfect.
And
So do we want to put this back on?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it back on the mixer.
And
Wait,
only when it snaps in can we
Yes.
use it.
You have to snap it in.
I think that's it.
No.
No. Let's try to use the other. Let's try to turn it.
No, we can't because it has a little thingy over there. Hold on. There we go. Okay, and we're going to put this piece. There's other pieces like a whisk and stuff. You're not going to use the whisk. You're going to use the one that's for bread. And it's on the first setting, so it's going to be just pretty slow because it just needs to like mix at once. And we got to make sure to pull this up. Wait. There you go. And Okay, so now that that is there and they're all mixed, so as you can see, it has started to rise a little bit and it has doubled in size. So I think it's good to put in there. But, oh wait, so yeah, we're gonna put this in first.
Okay.
And we're gonna turn it on. So now that it's been a little bit crumbly, we're going to add our shortening and water mix.
Okay, so now we're going to use the thermometer, right?
Yes.
And it has to be approximately 100 degrees?
Yes.
Perfect. So we will, guess we'll wait and see, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully it's at around 100 degrees.
Okay.
That's around 100 degrees.
Yeah.
That seems like that. Okay, cool. Yeah. So now we will slowly put it in. I would advise to do it while it's going.
Okay.
So.
And then just, okay. That's
Yep.
not on camera, like, we can't talk.
Okay, so after it is almost kind of like it's a gooey texture, it's almost starting to look like, I think it does look like dough right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it off. And now, before we put it anywhere, we have to grease a bowl. It can be with any vegetable oil, like canola or something. I wouldn't recommend olive oil because that tastes like olive. So just a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot, just to kind of coat it. Let me just, yep.
Now we're gonna scoop it into this bowl.
Yes,
right?
with a spatula. Yes, exactly, perfect. I've greased the bowl, so it should be fine. Yep. And it's gonna be a little bit, see, it's sticking to that bowl. That's what we don't want in this one. That's why we greased it. If you're at home, you can probably do it with your hands. Or with a harder spatula. Yep. There you go. Yes.
I feel like I really worked for that,
Yeah.
I will say.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a dome shape.
Okay.
So that so as you can see here, it looks like a dough because it is dough. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of roll it. I love, this is so satisfying. This is why slimes were made, because so that you don't have to go through all this, you just get Elmer's glue. And, okay, so now that it's roughly a circular shape, in my opinion, we're gonna put it over here, and we have to cover it with a damp towel. Okay. So we have a towel here. Do you mind damping it? Because my hand.
At all.
Yeah. So it doesn't need to be super wet, but it does need to be damp so that the humidity helps set it.
Perfect. So
we're gonna cover it. Perfect.
Okay, so we have our damp towel.
Yes.
Right? What's next?
Now we put it somewhere safe and dry. So the oven should be off at this moment. We can put it in the oven and let it rest for an hour.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's been an hour.
Yes.
Oven is still off.
Yes.
What's next?
Now we take it out.
Okay.
So our baby should be a little bit fuller now.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, it's way bigger now. Cool. So now that it's like this, we are going to have a clean platform. So,
Cutting board?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
So welcome.
It's bilingual struggles. Okay, so we're going to flour this, and we're going to play with our dough.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. So let me just. I'm going to. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we want to flatten the dough.
Mm-hmm.
and knead it a little bit. So we're going to just knead it a little bit. And the end goal for this step is to make 2 rolls, 2 big rolls. And for that, we're gonna flatten it. And you might be thinking, but we're flattening it, that is not 2 rolls. It's because we're going to flatten them and then roll them, like quite literally roll them. Oh, I need to put a little bit of flour. Can you get some flour from there?
Yes, I can. Just, how much?
It has to be in this. Yeah, so just dust it a little bit. Yeah, so that it doesn't stick to the rolling pin.
Amazing.
And now we're going to start rolling it so that it's a flat. This is good exercise. Yeah.
Really nice arm workout.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to go to the gym. Who needs to go? You just make bread. And then you have a tasty snack afterwards.
Some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
After a
yeah.
stressful day.
Yeah.
I co-sign.
Okay. So I think this is good enough for now.
Okay.
Oh no. I didn't break it. That didn't happen. Okay. So right now I'm gonna divide it in 2. So if you could give me a knife. It's a bit sharp, so I'm just gonna use a little like this.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to roll this one, you can.
Okay.
And now what we're going to do is we're gonna kind of stretch it a little bit on the sides. Yeah. And we're gonna roll from this side and roll it in.
Okay.
Tugging. Yep. There you go. Yep, there you go. And you kind of want to roll it so that it ends up looking like a log. Okay. Yours is way prettier than mine is. I don't know what I did with mine. Just as long, you know what? That's great. It looks like a croissant.
It
almost.
does really, it's giving croissant vibes,
Yeah.
I will say.
They're cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, we're gonna put them in a baking sheet, put a damp towel over them, and then put it in the, again, it's gonna still be off oven for 1 hour to rest. So basically, this bread is resting for 2 hours, but you gotta work.
Yeah, you'll be making the hot chocolate during that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. That makes so much sense.
So, it's been another hour.
Yes.
Getting a little tired, but...
Okay, I'm so sorry, but it'll be worth it, I promise. Okay, so now that the second hour is done, we're gonna take it out.
Okay, so another hour, we're gonna take the towel off.
Yes.
Let's see what's going on.
Ooh, okay, so they're way bigger now.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to put it in the oven, and this time it will be on. It should be preheated to 350 degrees. And we're gonna put it for 30 to 35 minutes. And I would highly suggest that you put a bowl, like whether it be a glass bowl or something that is oven safe, with water right above the bread. Sorry, because that will give it the right amount of humidity it needs to bake.
Safety
Yes.
first. All right, we'll wait 35 minutes. All right, it's been 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very ready. Let's get this out.
I'm very excited too. Ooh, be careful. It's hot.
I'm like, girl, I've got my oven mitts. I've got this. All right, let's put this down.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
And I think that looks beautiful.
I think that looks beautiful
I must
too.
say.
How do we because we have to cut it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be brave. Okay. Okay, I got it.
I think you're good.
I got it. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay. It's like soft. It's soft.
Yeah.
It's soft. It's supposed to be soft. And I'm going to cut a little piece. Do you like this part?
I don't. I do not.
I actually do. So we call it el culito. At least in my household, and it just means the butt. But do you want me? How many? Do I just cut?
I feel like we're good.
Okay, we're good.
I'm like, you can.
Okay, cool.
You can have
So-
it. As much as you.
Okay, okay.
All right, we have some really great bread,
Mm-hmm.
some hot chocolate, and the
Yes.
perfect afternoon snack.
Mm-hmm. Wait, we gotta dip it.
Okay.
We gotta dip it. We gotta dip it. Okay.
10 out of 10.
11 out of 10. Mhm.
All right. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Hope you enjoyed.